they grow. This one outside the fence hangs over our head 30 feet. Back behind everybody, some people might be able to pick out one eucalyptus tree that's shaped like a backward S. Now, we know Mother Nature does strange things, but there's so many weird things with so many different trees in one small area that grabs some people's attention. A couple miles from here, we have a place called the University of California at Santa Cruz. Have you guys heard of it, UCSC? Well, they're known for a couple things. They have a really good environmental study program, and everybody knows those guys, they love all kinds of green leafy things. They will send down botanists, arborists, they dig into the soil, they'll bore into trees looking for diseases, cannot find anything wrong, but notice one thing. One person said he would classify most of these trees to be female trees. I don't even know what that means. I just work here. I see things, I hear them, I accept for what they are, weird, unusual activity. Female trees, perfect. I now just refer to them all as Miss trees. Miss trees. Female trees. Did that tree joke stump you? Don't feel like a sap. If I went too far to limb, you gotta let me know. Two more cheap jokes I could branch out in the future. When my boss tries getting the root of my problem, he swears I'm pining for attention. Come on, kid. My customer swears it might stem from my childhood. I'm trying to spruce things up. Do you know I could bark up tree puns all day long? But if you're getting needled by too many puns, we can leave them alone. All right, let's just carefully lumber on down around the corner. Are you guys getting
I'm leaning.
Your shoes. They're not that long.
Most people can appreciate a corny joke.
The gravity thing stopped.
Others obviously not. I'm going to do a demonstration on the block shaped like T, so you guys can lean up against the green railings. Others can have a seat. I will do a final demonstration on these blocks that are shaped like T. So as we come down, some could lean on the railings, others have a seat.
I'm down.
Is that one in there, huh? I'm going to do a demonstration on these blocks shaped like T. So some people can lean on the railings, others have a seat if you feel inclined. No, not the incline joke either. You're going to have to be a little more lenient with people, okay? Now, our final demonstration are on these blocks that are shaped like a set of T's. My friends, we call this the scientific observation spot, because when some come to study the mystery spot, students, scientists, filmmakers, they spend a lot of time here. This is a relatively level surface. Some people want to be near the middle of the mystery spot, but they do not want to be in a cabin at a 17-degree angle. Now, I have to caution you guys, relatively flat is not perfectly flat. This used to be perfectly flat, but we had something happen in this area in 1989. Does anybody know what happened around here in 89? We had an earthquake, the Loma Prieta earthquake. The epicenter was about 6.5 miles from here. Not only did that earthquake put a crack into our blocks, it took it off center. If anybody wants to look, they'll notice that right now the bubble overlaps slightly onto this side. It is not perfectly level. It is only so slightly off. I could use something thin and simple like a eucalyptus leaf. I slide it up underneath the level. It brings that bubble into the middle. It's like a 32nd of an inch is what it takes to fix the level, but that difference adds up across my surface. So this demonstration from one end to the other, you have to expect a change. Not the thickness of a leaf, but it grows, it adds, it creates about a 2-inch gap. So we have to expect a difference of 2 inches. Does everyone understand what I'm trying to show you and explain to you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be fair and balanced. I'm trying to level with you. You're going to miss them while they're gone. Carefully stand right here. Where's your look bit there? Come and see here.
Here?
Yeah. Could you stand right here? Hey, in the back, Reedley Pirates, can I borrow you?
Yeah.
Could you come down and be a scientific observer for me? Could you stand here? Could you stand here and take a look at something? Now, I picked you to be a scientific observer because you look a little bit more responsible than some other people. What do you do for a living?
I am a student transition liaison, so with all my girls.
You
from high
transition
school.
students from high school into college?
Both.
Responsible job. Do people trust your judgment? Because right now, we're all relying on your judgment too. Can I give you a small test to make sure you're gonna be the perfect person? It's gonna be super easy. I'm gonna say a word to you 3 times. I want you to repeat the same word back 3 times. Then I'm gonna ask you a very easy question. You already know the answer. Don't be scared. It's just a formality, but everybody's trusting you, okay? Scientific observer, please say to me, say silk, silk, silk. Perfect. Now please tell me, scientific observer, what do cows drink? They do drink water. You are responsible. So use that level of responsibility. You could bend down. You could back up. You could do whatever you think is necessary. But look at these ladies and tell me right now, who is taller or do they appear to be the same height? She's taller. Then let's imagine a line from the top of her head going across. I'm going to raise my level. Tell me to stop when it reaches her height. Right there. If I put 4 fingers plus my thumb kicked up, is that fair right there? Is that about where it's at? Could I have you 2 young ladies carefully switch places with each other? Is she taller? Is she taller? Now they're the same height. So if you took a line from the top of her head and went across, they'd be equal with each other. Is that fair? Now you thought she was taller before by 4 fingers plus my thumb, so I'm going to put the level back where it was. This is a 9-inch construction level. So with these 2 ladies and this observer, we just witnessed a 6-inch difference. Now we expected 2 of those to happen. There's still a 4-inch gap out there that's unaccounted for. Give these ladies a round of applause. Woo! The bad news. It's all downhill from here.
Banana
The good news, this is where we raise our hands if we want to know what's going on and how it all works. As some might notice, my hand's raised too. I do not know. That's why this is the mystery spot. Would anybody pay money to go to a place called the Solve Spot? You would? Yeah. My backyard has a patio. I could put down a ball. It would not roll. You guys could clap and give me $8. I'd be happy. You guys might be disappointed. Now, there's some theories, and these are only theories. I have my favorite one. It doesn't mean that one's the correct one. First theory involved a giant UFO hundreds of years ago entered Earth's atmosphere out of control. Some people will claim that a UFO may have crash landed so hard in this area, it threw the dirt crater on the hillside over there. Under the cabin, deep beneath the soil, to this day remains a UFO with its ancient alien technology motors continuing to spin and whirl. The motors on that UFO will spin and whirl until the day the UFO receives the signal to attack. But it's just a theory. Don't have nightmares. It's only a theory. Second theory is the magma theory. Some people think that under our feet below the Earth's crust could be a whirlpool of molten rock, lava, magma slowly spinning one direction as the Earth rotates the opposite. That would create what some consider to be a geomagnetical vortex in a very select zone. Third theory, hole in the ozone layer theory. Some people think that sunlight comes down at funny angles. The light can bounce around, creating optical illusions through light refraction. Have any of us ever had a glass of water? You put a straw into it and sometimes the straw bends slightly? Those are optical illusions caused by light refraction. Now my favorite theory, and this does not mean it's the correct one, nobody knows. It's just my personal favorite because I know it's earthquake country. They call it the fault line. The fault line theory states that in this area there's a crack in the Earth's crust, a fault line, a fissure. Through that fault line, gases are slowly released into the Earth's atmosphere. 45 minutes ago, we started inhaling those gases. You came to Santa Cruz and have now experienced a glorious group hallucination. Yay. Another reason that's my personal favorite, I know when some people come to Santa Cruz to hallucinate, they generally spend more than $8. Nah, you girls know that too? You might want to keep it on the down low in front of your teacher, okay? Now, one more mystery. I have something for you. Can anybody help me solve the final mystery and tell me what I have for all of you before we go home today?
Candy?
No, it's yellow and sticky.
Stickers.
These are the world famous mystery spot bumper stickers. Now, if anyone is from out of town and you have a rental car, that is not a good idea. If these are too ugly for your vehicle, take a look in the parking lot. Do you see the flag on the other side of it? There's a bright blue Toyota Corolla. These are going to look great on the back of that one. I know you boys had a good time. I'm going to give you guys some free prizes. And I need you guys to remember the most important thing, kids. It is very steep. Do not get excited over bumper stickers and run down that hill. If you kids go too fast, trip, fall, and roll, I promise you're not going to roll back up. So that's the tour. Yay! Stickers on the way out. Here's If you go trick or treating, some kids you cancel because the other one's on his phone.
Watch out for banana slug bugs. Watch out for banana slugs. There's banana slugs.
Emily and Daniel.
Yeah, and then maybe
It's hard to walk. Hard to walk. Hard to walk. Yeah, it's hard to walk. Hard to walk. It's hard to walk.